In this lesson, we are continuing our study of math in the first workbook of the math series. And we're up to practice 6, which is called multiplication comparisons. And that begins on page 12. So let's turn to page 12 in your workbooks and take a look at this lesson. Okay, number 1. Rachel has 9 geometric shaped cookie cutters, and those would be triangles and squares and circles. They're shapes. She has 4 times as many holiday themed cookie cutters as geometric shaped. So they're telling us that she has more holiday cookie cutters than geometric shaped. Which equation can be used to find the number of holiday themed cookie cutters that Rachel has? So what they're telling me, let me put this in my own words. The holiday cutters are 4 times the geometric ones. This is a sort of logic problem. It's really an algebra problem. But I'm putting this just in my own words. The holiday cutters are 4 times the number of the geometric cutters. And here's a good little clue. You'll see this a lot in algebra. Linking verbs like is, are, was, and were are equal signs. And I know what 4 is. And we know how many geometric cutters she has. It tells us, just like it told us it was 4 times the number of that the holidays are 4 times the geometrics. So we know that she has 9 of the geometric shapes. So 4 times 9 equals 36. So we're looking for an equation, that says this information, that 4 times 9 is 36. And hopefully you see it in option D. 9 times 4 is 36. Number 2. Missy's Bakery sells 7 cranberry muffins Saturday morning. So let me highlight what they're telling me. 7 cranberry muffins Saturday morning. They sell 3 times as many blueberry muffins as cranberry muffins. Which equation can be used to find the number of blueberry muffins, the B's, that Missy's Bakery sold Saturday morning? Well, again, let's put it in our own words. We know that the blueberry is 3 times the cranberry. And they tell us that B is supposed to be our blueberry, so let's put the B in there. The is your equal sign. 3 times, how many cranberries did she sell? 7. So B equals 3 times 7. B equals 3 times 7. That is option A. These are some good little problems. This is algebraic thinking, and for some people it's not hard, but for others it is. It just depends on the type of thinker that you are. So if you're struggling with these a little bit, you are not alone, I promise. Number 3, which 2 comparison sentences? 2 comparison sentences can be used to describe, I'm just making up things. Which 2 comparison sentences describe the equation 4 times 12 is 48? Now here's where I would start. Is 48. The is 48 is your equal sign. Equals 48. So here is a 48 is, or an is 48. That is one of the clues I would look for. The first one says 4 is. We're looking for 48 is. C says 12 is. D says 4 is. E says 48 is. So I believe those are the 2 that I'm looking for because they place that equal sign correctly. But let's be sure that this is what I really am looking for. B says 48 is, or 48 equals 12 times 4. E says 48 equals 4 times 12. Those are the 2 that you want because they are the 2 that put the 48 on its own side of equals. 48 is beside equals all alone. You will get more of this in algebra. I don't want you to fret about it too much right now. We'll get through them, but don't worry too much about these. The algebra text will help you. I also recommend contacting your instructor if these are really just not making sense, because they're tough. But notice that you need 2 of them in this problem. So the answers to number 3, notice I said answers to number 3, are B and E. Alright, number 4. Which comparison statement results in the same quantity as 5 times as many as 6? So let's write this out in terms that we recognize. 5 times 6 is essentially what that's saying. Okay, A here is saying 5 less than 6, 5 more than 6. Actually, I did that wrong, sorry. 5 more than 6, 6 more than 5, or 6 times 5. Which one of those matches our original statement? It's this one. With multiplication, you can turn those around and it's fine. You're building up, so the order doesn't matter. If you're breaking down, the order matters. Number 5. Which expression results in the same product as 8 times 7? Well, that would be 7 times 8. Reversing that order doesn't change your product. Okay, number 6. Gary's pet store has 10 blue parakeets for sale. They have 4 times as many green parakeets as blue parakeets. Which equation can be used to find the number of green parakeets, the G's, that the store has? So what they tell me in the problem is that the green parakeets are 4 times the blues. So G equals 4 times, we could say B, but we know what B is. We know that B, the blue ones, are 10. So G equals 4 times 10. And that goes with option C. They are teaching us some algebra right here. Number 7. Melanie has 6 jars of hot salsa for sale at the farmer's market. She has 8 times as many jars of medium salsa. Which equation can be used to represent the jars of medium salsa J? So they tell me that the medium is 8 times the number of jars of hot salsa. So there's my equal sign. 8 times, and they tell me how many jars of hot salsa there are. There are 6 of them. So the medium, which we're calling the J's, are 8 times 6. J equals 8 times 6. So I'm going to go with option B. You notice that we're doing no math. We're doing reading and algebraic expressions. When you're doing math problems with no math, that's an advanced skill. Those are advanced problems. They're not just calculating. You have to think and concentrate, and those are weighted more heavily than the ones where you just calculate. What does 72 equals 8 times 9 mean? Well, remember my equal sign is the is, so 72 is, but you notice that all of them have that. All of them have 72 is, so that's not going to help me. Here's the difference. Less than, more than, times. A is talking about subtraction. B and C are talking about addition. D is the one that's talking about multiplying. So that's the one that has to match. Those keywords have to match the sign in the original problem. And what I mean by that, the sign is a times sign. So you need that same keyword in your answer. Which expression results in the same product of 7 times 6? Well, a product can only be obtained by multiplying 6 times 7. It's the same thing. And there's a lot of theory that goes along with this that I'm skipping over. So please contact your instructor if you need a little more help with this. I can totally understand that you might. Which 2 equations can be used to compare the product 45 with the factors 5 and 9? The product 45. If you know that the product is the answer, you've got this one, I think. The product is the answer, so the answer is 45. We're looking for 2 things that equal 45 using 5 and 9. So 5 times 9 is 45, or 9 times 5 is 45. Those are the 2 that I'm looking for. And if you notice, they're the only two that equal 45. One of them is A and one of them is F. The others equal something else. But the product means that the answer is 45. So the answers for number 10 are A and F. Number 11. Derek catches 3 fish. Paul catches 4 times as many fish as Derek. So Paul has 4 times Derek. And we know that Derek has 3. So that's telling me that Paul has 4 times 3, or 12. And Paul is supposed to be represented by the letter F. So F equals 4 times 3. Which 2 equations can be used to find the number of fish that Paul catches? Well, one of them is right here, because that's exactly what I have. F equals 4 times 3. The other one is right here. F equals 3 times 4, because I can reverse the 3 and the 4 and not change the products. So the answers to number 11 are B and D. Number 12. A small bag of dog food weighs 7 pounds. A large bag of dog food weighs 7 times as much as the small bag. Which expression can be used to find the weight of the large bag of food? If you catch this word right there, you've got it. 7 times 7. And that is C. Manny makes a playlist. He has 8 country songs and 3 times as many rock songs as country songs on his playlist. So they're telling me that the rock songs are 3 times the country songs. And we know that he has 8 of those country songs. So the rock R equals 3 times 8. And this time we only choose one expression. R equals 3 times 8. That is C. Haven't done a bit of math. It's all about reasoning. Which comparison statement results in the same quantity, the same product, as 10 times 7? Again, if there's multiplying in the first one, we have to pick an answer with multiplying as well. So number 14, the answer is A. Number 15. Which 2 equations can be used to compare the product, remember that's the answer, 63, with the factors 7 and 9? Well, I know that 7 times 9 answers 63, or 9 times 7 answers to 63. So those are the 2 that I'm looking for. One of them is C, and one of them is E. The others don't equal 63. They equal one of the other numbers, the 7 or the 9. But the product is the answer. So the answer has to be 63. Number 16. Martin scores 6 points in a baseball game. Jesse scores 3 times as many points as Martin. So Jesse has 3 times Martin, and we know that Martin had 6 points. So what is 3 times 6? That's 18. That's Jesse's points. So 18 equals 3 times 6. That's the expression I'm looking for, the equation I'm looking for, and that is A. Number 16, the answer is A. We did have to do a little math on that one. Number 17. Which set of numbers correctly completes the equation that G times H equals K? Well, let's see. And actually, I think I'm going to show you a little trick on this one. It'll take a little bit longer, but I think it's worthwhile to show you. One of the ways that I learned to do these was to draw myself a table. I have an equation and I have 4 answer choices. So I'm going to make myself a table that has 5 rows. There's the equation and my 4 choices. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it together however. So in the top one, we're going to put the equation G, H, and K. G times H equals K. So down here, let's put our choices. In option A, it says that G is supposed to be 9, H is supposed to be 4, and K is supposed to be 5. Well, 9 times 4 equals 5. Is that true? No. 9 times 4 equals 36. So no, this is not true. All right, let's try B. We have G is 4, H is 5, and 9 is for K. So 4 times 5 equals 9. Is that true? No. 4 times 5 equals 20. Okay, so we haven't found it yet. C says 20 times 4 equals 5. 20 times 4 equals 5. Is that true? No. 20 times 4 equals 80. That is not true. All right, let's try this last one. 4 times 5 equals 20. Is that true? Yes. This is the one that makes sense. It fits. You don't have to use the table, but sometimes that can help you organize your problem a little bit and keep it. It's just a strategy. If you like it, use it. If you don't, it's okay. Number 18. Which 2 comparison sentences describe the equation 27 equals 9 times 3? Well, again, here's the clue. It equals 27. It is 27. This one says it is 9. It is 9. It is 9. It is 27. It is 3. So which of those equal the 27? And that is going to be A and E. Have to pick two of them to get full credit for this question on tape. HiSET will not have any of these double answers. It will be one answer per question, and you would not want to mark 2 on your HiSET or you'll miss that. You have to just choose one. Number 19. Which two sets of values correctly complete the equation? So let me show you a different strategy on this one. We use the table up above. This one is saying that m times n equals t. M times n equals t. So let's see how that checks out. M is 12, n is 3, and t is 4. 12 times 3 is not 4. 12 times 3 is 36. So this is a false statement. M is 3, n is 4, t is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. That is a true statement. 4 times 3 is 12. Yes. 12 times 4 is 3. That's false. 12 times 4 is 48. 3 times 12 is 4. No, 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 12 is 3. 4 times 12 is 48. So which two of them are true? We're going to have B and C. And again, on tape, you would have to mark both of those to get full credit for that item. What does 8 times 4 equals 32 mean? For less than 8, less than is subtraction. For, 8 more than 4, that's addition. So those are not the choices. We're looking for times. So there's times and there's times. It can be C or D. But here's the thing. It has to equal the product 32. This one equals 8 and this one equals 32. I want it to equal 32. So I'm going to go with D. 32 is 8 times as many as 4. If you have questions on these questions, please don't hesitate to contact your instructor. I will see you in the next video for long division, and then we'll be ready for a test over this unit. So I'll see you soon. Have a very good day.